But guess what happened? I did some work for a brother at the church. Built 2 computers for him on the side. He had a problem with his computer software, so he called the company I worked for and asked him for me. I'm like, I sold you that myself. They fired me. Well, they didn't fire me. They say when you're in certain businesses, they don't fire you. They say you have the option to resign or fire. So I had enough knowledge, so I said I'll resign. And I took that knowledge that I had gained from them, stepped out and began to work for myself.
Come on now.
And I began to work for myself and putting up signs on telephone poles. See, when you work for yourself, you got to get out there and get dirty and gritty sometimes. Because if you pay the price, you'll be able to relax a little later. But a lot of people don't want to pay the price it takes to become successful. As I think she was saying earlier, a lot of times we believe that if we pray, it's just going to happen. It don't work. It don't work in reality. We believe that if the preacher's preaching and he say after this praise God's gonna bring you out, it don't work like that. You know, how many have ever gone to church and they say after this praise your problem ain't gonna be the same? I'm gonna be a witness. I've gone back and it was the same. And I was the one that would tell you it's the same. I remember a preacher said, I was a teenager, he said, if you're giving this offering, God's gonna bless you before the week is out. And I was at the mailbox every day and ain't got that check yet. And so I began to, that stuff kind of damaged my faith. And so I began to look at things and began to say, God is a practical God and he's a God of principles. And once you learn the principles and begin to work the principles, then that's how God determines how you're blessed. So what you have to do is understand you got to begin to work the principles of God and step beyond fear. And I stepped beyond fear and stepped out and started a computer business. And I started that business by putting signs up on telephone poles. And every time they would take one down,